Thank you. So I wrote a letter to my daughter Jordan, so bear with me. Dear Jordan, this morning I woke up to the news that officials had concealed information pertaining to the death of Sandra Bland. Ms. Bland, a 28-year-old African-American woman from Chicago, was taken into custody in Southeast Texas following a 2015 traffic stop. 3 days later, she was found hanging in the jail cell, and her death was ruled a suicide. Now, as expected, new footage from Sandra shows an enraged officer who, without her footage, was justified by the law for his actions. Now, Jordan, one thing you know about me is that I'm committed to the truth. So I confess, I read that story and I thought of you. I thought of your sister. I thought of the history of violence against black women that our country remains committed to. And I also thought within that moment that I held a bias I was unaware of, because I thought my discussion about race would be different with the son than it would from you, as if violence would be more prevalent for him. In the midst of my stream of consciousness, I realized I must temper my anxiety. I must set down my phone. I must head downstairs, kiss you, kiss mommy, kiss Lauren, and head to work. At work on this day, I'm questioning my capacity to stay present. It's not just the injustice related to Sandra Bland that haunts me. On my calendar, there's a reminder for a lunch and learn around mental health. When it pops up, I question my capacity to sit through another training that omits my experience and existence. During the lunch and learn, I tune out the speaker as I hear universal themes of mental health that do not account for racism, discrimination, or systemic oppression. Earlier in the year, I sit through unconscious bias training that has a similar effect. Next, I'm being pulled into a room to discuss strategies to increase diversity within the workforce. And when I reframe terminology to more accurately address the issue at hand, that issue being racial and gender disparities, my peers default to coded language to mask the deficit we face. Later in that evening, I'll attend a networking event, one in which I'll overhear someone discuss a recent raise in their short tenure with their company. They'll reassure their audience that their organization is amazing and highlight perks I'd never identify as such. Oddly, one person in that group recognizes me, and within 5 minutes, they're asking, how could I fix their organization's D&I issues? Within my first suggestion, the group kindly asked for more practical strategies, while acknowledging they've never heard the perspective I've offered. See, Jordan, what I'm trying to get you to understand is that I'm still fighting to be a change agent, still fighting to be seen, still fighting to be heard, fighting to have our humanity recognized. Jordan, I want you to know that our experiences, they're not a theory, it's not an experiment, it's not a business case. Our solutions are not to be threats. And our trauma must be accepted and provided healing. Most of all, we are at the center and not on the margin of our existence in any workforce or on this earth. Jordan, hopefully, as a working professional, you'll never hear the words equity, diversity, and inclusion. For if you do, trust me, they are not listening.